I stand here as a member of the third party in this House, and I would like to tell the House that we will be abstaining to this evening on both the vote and the motion and the amendment. However, I am a member of the Education Select Committee, and as such I sometimes feel I have international observer status. So I would like, on the basis of my membership of the Education Select Committee, to make a few points on this white paper. There are a number that I could do, but I focus mainly on things like the national curriculum, and I was very interested to read in the white paper that the national curriculum will become a benchmark, hopefully exceeded. And I find it difficult to understand, when we did the Holocaust Education report, that the Holocaust Education report was the Holocaust education is supported by the government but isn't required to be taught in all schools. This I find quite strange, and I wonder how far this will pertain if the elements of this white paper go ahead. Another interesting part of my work on the Education Select Committee, I've been involved in private discussion with teachers and their representatives on the subject of attracting and retaining teachers, which is a very large problem in England. And I'm really wondering how this idea of having 6 years of what is perceived to be forced academisation, I'm very grateful I was able to say that, I fail to see how this will help retain and attract teachers, especially as can happen in academies, terms and conditions will not be national in the sense that I understand it from Scotland. I also find it strange that the forced removal of local authorities in schooling in England, against the wishes of both local authorities and also parents, governors, trade unions and others, will go ahead, and how the Secretary of State can match giving them new responsibilities but taking away any control over what happens in schools. The last thing I want to say is, actually, I found it very interesting from an international perspective that it was the Chancellor of the Exchequer who brought this matter to the House in the first instance, and which was then obviously followed by the Secretary of State's white paper. Chancellor of Exchequer always makes me think of costs, and I am concerned for English schools, pupils, parents and everyone concerned that the cost of this academisation will take away from money spent in teaching school children.
Yes, you bet.
I think this is a really important point. I have a background in further education in Scotland, and I know that change costs, and I know that focus can sometimes shift. Finally, the Department for Education is at the moment unable to present its accounts because of the problems involved in consolidating Academies' accounts with that of the Department for Education. Now, if this academisation of all schools goes ahead, this is going to create further issues and problems. And I think any delay in publishing accounts for any government department is a delay in public accountability. I realise that this is a very passionate and forceful debate on both sides of the House. I wish you all well in it, but I won't be taking any further part.